Okay.
All right.
So today we are going to look at on Python for data analysis. Yeah, we have learned about our Python programming language. So today we are going to focus on data analysis properly using our Python programming language. So far we have been working with some Python um, tools like the list, the string, and all. So we are going to see how we can apply that to our data analysis in Pandas. So Uh, okay, first of all, we are going to look at on how we can load a data set. How we can load a data set. We can load a data set by importing it from where? From our Google Colab, from our Google Drive. For you to import it, you have to first of all get it in your Google Drive. You have to get it in your Google Drive because Google Colab works with Google Drive. So first, let me create a new tab, and I'm coming. Let me scroll down. So good. Now, let me create a text. Now this text should be up. Yeah, should be up here. Okay. Now we are going to type something. We're going to say introduction to data analysis using pandas. Now I have to import pandas. I have to import pandas. So I'm going to import pandas as what? PD pandas as PD. Now I'll run it. I have to also, okay, I also NumPy, import NumPy, NumPy as MP. So good. I'll also import what? I'll also import, let's say import C1. Okay, let's say matplotlib. Okay, I'll also import what? I will import Cbon. Cbon is used for visualizing. I'll import it as xnx. Good, I'll run. Now these are all the all the package and all the libraries I needed for our data analysis. So I will have to go to this is our Google Drive. Now this is our Google Drive, and the Google Drive is my drive, and this is all my document. I don't know if you are seeing the tab. Can you see where I'm clicking?
Yes, yes, I can see the tab.
Okay, good. Now
Mm.
this is my drive, and it has already been mounted. It has already been mounted, and now I'm going to select a CSV file, which is the student performance dataset. This is the place where you can mount your data set, your data set drive.
Okay.
Now you click here, you click here, you see mount. Once I click
Yeah.
it, I have unmounted it. Now,
Okay.
since I have unmounted it, now I have to connect my drive. Now I have to reconnect again. Now connect. Once I connect, it will mount it for me back again. So this is where you can mount your drive. Now look at my disk. Did you see? This drive is telling me the available storage I have, right? So
Mm.
look at the available drive. I have what 68
Six
point
eight
six
point
eight
six eight.
gig. Yes. So this is the available gigabytes available for me. Now I'll have to click on what my drive. I have to click on my drive. Now inside this drive, this is where I save all my documents. So all my documents, including okay, including the CSV files which we are going to use now. Let's see the CSV file I'm going to use when I'm importing. I'm coming now. I'll go to my resources. I'm trying to. This is my drive. Oh,
I
don't
know.
be
Mm.
okay.
I know it's a store, it's a folder.
Yeah. So now I have to go to resources. This is a folder I created in my drive. Now resources, resources. Okay. Now this is resources. Now I'm looking for what student performer dataset. So this is student performer dataset. I have to copy the parts. So I don't know if you see how I copy the parts. Did you
Yes,
see?
I see it.
Okay.
Copy.
Yeah.
Copy. Mm.
Now I've copied the parts. So now I want to what? Open the data set. I want to open the data set. And for me to open the
Okay.
data set, I have to read it. I have to read it. So I have to create a df equal to what pd dot
PD dot read.
read. Yes, pd dot read underscore, depending on the file you are using. So I'm using a CSV file. Let's see
CSV.
if it's a CSV file, and I'm going to paste the part. Did you see?
Okay.
This is the part.
Yes.
So let me
Okay.
run. Now, good. I have successfully run it and it runs. So now for me to view my data set, I have to call
Mm.
what the df. Remember, I created a variable called df. I created a variable called df, which
Yes,
it
yes.
will use. Yes, which it will use to what save my file for me. It will use it to save my file for me. And remember, variable. What is variable? Variable are memory location.
Mm.
Variable
Their name
are,
assigned to a memory location.
yeah. So I have to save it with a memory location. So I'll run it and type my df and run. So my data set has been loaded. So let me zoom back and show you. So this is my what data set. So this is the data set, and this data set comprises of row columns, row and what columns, just like
Okay.
what your Excel. So since it's comprising
Mhm.
with row and column, now we are not going to deal on this now. So, but I want to introduce you to some of the Some of the syntax you can use in pandas. Syntax you can use in pandas. So this syntax, like they are built for your data analyzing, and they are built for your data analyzing. So you have to know it. So I have to introduce you to what this data, this syntax. Now, first of all, the syntax I want to introduce you to is how you can load the first, okay, the first item. Let's say the first four item or first item. Now, I can load the first five item using what? Using a head. There's a word called head and tail in data analysis. Now the head is like the first. Let's say the head is the top, while the tail is what the
The
last.
down. The last.
In data structure, I believe you had about tail and head in
Yes,
maybe in your
yes.
secondary. So
And
still this,
under statistic, they have
yeah,
the head and the
even
tail.
even in data structure, yes, the head and the tail.
Mm.
So let's move on. So let's me see a head of what? Let's say a head of five. So let's see the first five rule.
Okay.
The first five rules. So I have to insert what? Three. Let's say the first five. I have to insert five and run. So automatically, I created a variable here. So I will have
Yes.
to I have to view my first five items. So look at the first five row. Look at it: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the
Four,
first
four.
five this thing,
Okay.
items. So let's see the T. Now let's see first five T. Yeah, okay. So I have to drop it and click on what? The T.
Mm.
Now the T I have to run. Now the T. Okay, sorry. Okay, why? They're supposed to give me the last item. I don't really know why it's okay. Because of my variable, I'm not supposed to use this. So let me load this like this. Okay, good. Okay, let me start loading it again from here. From here and here. So good. So good. So good. Now good. I created variable and it was giving me the variable I used before. So I have to
Okay.
like run it again so that I'll get the actual. So did you see? This is the one with df. So I don't want to store it. If I store it, whenever I call df, it will look like is the variable I stored earlier. So that's why I have
Okay.
to make some corrections. Look at it. The first five last item. So this is the first five last item. So this first last item is from 99. So now looking to our data set. So how many do you think is this data set? Now starting from zero and to the last, how many rows and columns do we have here?
We have five.
Five rows.
Start five rows.
No,
And
no, for the
okay.
original data set. Look at it. It's the original data set. Now, when I loaded it
Okay.
and we get, so from the original data set, how many rows and colon? Look at this. The rows
Mm.
started from zero and end at 99. So how many did we have?
Okay. It started from zero and end at 99.
Yes.
I'm coming. Let me just say we have removing the dash space, we have 10 rows.
No, forget about the space here. I want
Hmm.
to make you understand this. From 0 to 99, how many numbers is that? From 0 to
From
99, 999.
999, let me see. No, starting from zero, you can count zero as one, abi?
Yes.
You count zero as one in an array. Zero is counted
Yeah.
as one. We have one,
Yeah.
two, three, four, five.
So 1 to 999, I don't know if you can count to, but I want you to know
From
that.
everything is from five now. From zero to four is five. From 995 to 999 is five.
Okay, see, I want you to get this right.
Okay.
I think you are a bit confused. Now,
Okay.
when I tell you that I have 10 items, now the digit
Mm.
started from what? 0 to 9.
0 to 9.
It's 10 item in data structuring. So it's 0
Mm.
to 9. So automatically we have what? 1000 item. Did you see it? We have
Okay.
1000 rows and we have 8 columns. Look at the
Mm.
columns: one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8
Yes.
column and what? And 8 columns.
1000
So
room.
yes, 1000. So we have checked for the rows and columns. So let's move on. Now,
All right.
in, you can also use the word sample to check for the first 5 items. Okay, let's see a
Okay.
sample of 5. So
Okay.
let's say df dot sample. Now, sample of 5 will give you the 5 item. Let's say 5 item. First 5 random item. It will just give you random item. So this is the first 5. Now we are going to look at on the shape of our data set. Now when we talk about shape, when they tell you we are looking at on the shape, what do you understand by the word shape?
The shape represents they represent the size. Either row,
Yeah, the
uh, and they represent the size,
good,
either horizontal or vertical.
yeah, good. I love that response. So let's move on. Now we are going to look on the shape. Now let's say df
Okay.
dot shape shape. Now this shape will give you the row and column, the number of rows and columns. So we have what? 1000 row. Yeah, let's say 1000 row
1000
and
row, 8
a.
columns.
Yes. So this is how you can see or check the description of that data set. So
Okay.
let's move on. Let's move on. So there's something we have in pandas called information. Info. Info provide what? Information concerning that particular what? Data set. Concerning that particular data set. So now let's see the info of the data set. I believe you are taking note of what I'm explaining.
Yes.
So we are going to check
Yes.
for what? Info. Okay, we are going to say df dot info. Now df dot info will give you the information. So Let's see the information. Now look at the information. Now it listed at what? It listed at all the columns
mm,
from, remember we said we have what, 8 columns, and the column
yes,
started from 0 to what, 7,
mm,
0 to 7, and it gave us the count, it gave us the d type. Now this is an object. Object represent text. Did you see this int 64 represent integer, and this
integer,
is eight 1000 entries 0 to 999. So this is just the information of what that data set. Now let's go to um, our basic statistics. Remember when we were talking about statistics, we will talk about count, mean, standard deviation, mean, and all. So now let's see how we can what use a simple code to get what the standard deviation, the mean, and the count. So let's move on. Now we'll say df dot let's say what are we going to do, dot what, describe. There's a word describe. Now this describe will give you the statistics. So we say describe. Now df does what, describe. Now this describe will give us the statistics of the data. Now look at this
okay,
data statistics. It gave us a count of 1000, meaning the data set has a count of 1000, like the count is 1000. We have a mean.
mm,
Mean from the mass score, the mean is what, 6.089. From the reading score, we have this, and this is just the statistics. Now, we talked about standard deviation. This is the standard deviation for each columns. Now,
mm,
the minimum is 0 and 17, blah blah blah. Look at it. The maximum here is 100
100,
in each column. So it gave us what statistics of all the column with what digit. It gave us the statistic of the column with what statistics. Now there is other way you can give you create or generate the statistics of all everything, including the object, including what, the object.
the
So
object,
yes, so there's other way we can do it. Now for us to do it, we have to what, copy this. Let me copy this describe. We are
describe,
going to copy and put this here. Now this describe, we are going to what, add what,
including,
include what, you can say include or you can say include object. Let's say or, let's see or, include or. Now include or give you every statistics of what, all the data. Look at it. Now let's see for include objects.
mm,
Include what, objects. Now object include like text. It is, look at it. This is for the object, include object. So
mm,
now for the object, it gave us the one with the top score, which is female C, and from the college standard and none. Look at it. The top give us the unique, and it gave us the frequency. So these are the different of the object. So the object describe about the object data. Okay, so let's see how we can get item name, how we can what access item name. So let's see that. Now let's see df dot item item. Okay, let's see something. Item. Let's see something. Item name. Let's see. Okay. Okay now. Okay now. Let's see something. Let's see if we can use what the gender. Copy and paste. Let's see this. Now look at
Okay.
it. df dot what
Okay.
gender. So it gave us all the gender. This is how you can select what the particular object we want to see. So
Okay.
it's also the same way like accessing a particular item. So we can
Item
also
so.
use, yeah, we can also use this. We can also do it like this. Df dot what let's say bracket. We can use the bracket, the square bracket, and give it uh, the object, the column's name. Now look at the column's name. You still produce it this,
Okay.
like this gender. So this is how you can what access a column. This is how what you can access a column. So so are you finding it difficult to understand, or do you have any question to ask?
No, understand.
Okay, let's move on.
Mm.
Now we are going to check for what df dot what how to check for n unique. Okay, n unique, it will give you the this is the method of calculating the number of unique values in each columns. Okay, in each
Okay.
columns we want to count the numbers of columns in with the numbers of value in each column. So we can use what n unique dot what n unique. When we tell you unique, what do you understand by uniques?
Unix, there are special numbers
Okay,
assigning to a string or a data set.
okay. Now let's see n unique, number unique. So let's see. I'm coming. I did not attach what brackets to it and this. Now good. These are all
Okay.
the unique.
Okay.
We have what in gender we have just male and female. In just unique there are two, male and female. In ethnicity race we have just five. For just
Okay.
like this. So let's move on. Now we want to find the count of the unique value. The count of the unique value for each columns. The
Okay.
count of what's unique value for each columns. Now we are going to do it like this. Okay, for each columns. Let's say we want to check for the unique value for what? For this column, for math score or reading score or for gender. So
Mm.
for example, we can do it like this df dot square bracket the columns. Now let's insert what the columns name. So let's say for uh parental level. So let's see parental level. We can say dot count value count dot add. So let's see. Good. Now look at it. Now we have the count. The counts we have was some college, associate degree, high school, some high school, bachelor degree. So these are all the items, and look at all the counts. So this one came out 266. So this is how you can what check for what the count of each column.
Each column.
So I believe you understand this now.
Yes.
Now you can find for the statistics of a particular column for a particular. Okay, let's see for math score. Let's change this to math score. Let me copy this and paste it here. Now let's see for the math score. See, look at it. Look at it. For the
Okay,
math
for the math
score,
score.
yeah, people who have 65 is 360, 36 people that has, or let's say 36 that came out. So this is how you can check. So people who have 200 and 600, sorry, I'm just calling the higher figure. People who have 62 is 35. So this is how you can count. So let's move on. Let's see how we can get
Then I'll call you.
statistics. Let's see how we can
I'm
get
coming.
statistics of a particular column. Statistics of what a particular column. So let's say DF and the let's say um, okay let's say DF dot this the math score or this. So now good good and dot we can add mode to it. So let's see this df. I'm coming df. Now let's see. Okay, let's run this and look at it. The mode is 65. So you can check for the mode. See the same way you can check for the mean. So we can what lock. We can perform some lock. We can perform some lock. So are you there? Good news. Are you there? Hello, good news.
Yes. Yes, I'm here.
Okay, good. So we
Mm.
can perform some lock in our data. When we say lock, we can lock a particular row or a particular column. Now, let's see how we can what lock a particular or okay, we can use. Let's select let's select a particular column. We can select a particular column just like this. Okay, just like this. You can select a particular column just like this. You can select multiple columns like this. We can select multiple columns just like this, and we can add others like let's say writing score. Let's say writing score, writing score. So good. Now we can select two columns like this. So I believe you have seen how we can select two columns. So we can lock, we can lock a particular column. We can lock particular column. So you can count from a range. You can give it a range and lock a particular column. Let's say, let's see this. Let's see this. And we want to get for where from 0 to 4. From 0 to 4, paste. Now from 0 to 4, we can perform some lock. Let's say uh, dots lock. Now this dot lock, you can add the slice method. The slice method, you can slice from what 0 to 4 here. So look at it. Let's slice from 0 to 4. So we are going to attach 0 with column. Remember in our slicing to 4. Now we have sliced that separated by what comma. Now let's see. Now this is how we sliced the item. How we slice the item from here. So this is how we slice it. So let's move on. So do you understand how I perform that? Hello, good news.
Hmm.
Okay, okay. Now
Hello? Hmm.
I can hear you. I hope you understand how I did it.
Yes, I understand. I
So
understand. You
like
used your depth lock, you open the columns, man score right
yes.
So I
Now
guess it's
so we want to lock what a particular role. So in this our data set, we want to lock a particular role. We can use what df the dot lock. Now lock, when we lock it, we lock like this. Let's say we want to lock from, let's say 0, from 0 comma. Now this this is what happened. This is what happened. uh Sorry, I did not have the lock. This is
mm-hmm.
what happened. Now we have gotten what the role, the first row. So here represents the first row, while after the column representing
The
the
second row.
column. Yes, the column. So this part represents what the column, while this part represents what role. So let's move on. So I'm going to what uh like have access to what the 0 role. Now this is the details of the 0 role. Now let's say from 2, let's say 2, I want to see the 2. So these are the details of 2. So these are the details of 2. So still the same way, let's see how we can what check for the let's see how we can check for the column. Now for us to check for the column, we can do it like this. Now comma, and the column name, we want to check for the column of gender, column of gender. Look at it, this is the column of gender. So we have learned a lot here, and let's move on to this so
Can,
analyzing of our data.
can you go back to that columns? Hello?
Okay,
The gender.
okay. Are you writing the code out?
Yes, I'm writing it out. You do not put
Okay.
K on that lock. Oh. Does it matter?
Yes, you don't need to put K. Is that is how it is being written.
Okay, okay, no problem. Corrected. Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Mm.
Now there's a way to for us to check for what missing value. Missing what value. We can do it like
Value.
this. We can check for DF. Let's see our DF. Now this is our DF. Now let's see a head of five. Head of five. Now head of five. So let's see how we can check for missing value. Now for us to check for missing value, we can use something like the word called is now, or the word is now is like applying a check if there's any null value, any missing value. So let's see that. So let df dot is now and run. Let's run it. Now look
Mm.
at it. You just bring out the column and tell you it will give you in a boolean format, true or false. If is true, meaning there's a missing value, but if it's not true, there is no missing value. So so it's showing me false because there is
First,
no
first, first.
missing, yeah, there is
Value.
no missing value. Yeah, you
Okay.
can you can use is none. You can also use is none. They are similar. They are the same. Is none. Look at it. Is not still the same thing. You can sum
Okay.
them. Apply your sum. When you apply your sum, it will give you the count. Look at it. No missing value in what gender. In all the column, there is no missing value. I believe you see that. This is how you can check for missing values. So when you are working on any data analysis uh, data sets or code, you can use it to check for missing value.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
There's a word called what? Drop. Drop now. Drop now. So let's start our data analysis. Now let's perform some analysis on what our students data set. Now we want to drop our column, copy. I'll copy this and paste it here. Dot. Let's say let me run this. Now this is the data set and we want to let's me create a variable called df.
Okay.
Df equal to df dot. Okay. Now let's see df again. Df. I'm creating a variable so that it will help me to store it when even when I drop the column, I will still have the like the original data set will still be available for me. When I drop the column, I will still have access to the data set I have dropped. So look at it. So df now, this df we want to drop, we want to drop. Look at this data set well. You remember when we are talking about student performance data set, what comes to your mind? What column that is not necessary here? You can check. You understand the column, understand the data set. What do you think is not necessary here? We should drop that. We should drop.
That we talk about the race or ethnicity is not necessary. The
Okay.
parental mhm, that parental
Okay.
labor of education is necessary. That one is not necessary. Mm.
Okay. Okay. Now look at it. I think what lunch is not necessary.
Lunch is not
Parental
necessary.
level of
Mm.
parental level of education is not necessary, and what ethnicity race is necessary. It's
Okay, good.
necessary due to we can have to rename it to group, because you see the columns talk about group group C, group A, group B. These are the group that participated in what, in the writing score, reading score, and math score. So it is necessary. So let's move on.
Okay.
Now let us drop what, parental level of education. So we are going to declare a variable df equal to df dot df. Now we are going to what, drop. Now we are going to drop. Now what are we going to drop? We are going to drop the parental level of education. Parental level of education. Now, comma, we are going to what, include. Okay, drop parental level of education. Yeah, they say okay, we have to include as is. Remember as is, when we talk about as is zero and as is one. Remember we talk about as is. What did I said as is mean?
When we talk about houses, this start talk about
Yes.
the beginning of a rose and the end. It,
Okay,
it,
as
it can represent vertical and horizontal.
yes, vertical and horizontal, correct.
Mm,
As
mm.
is, now we have to what, use as is. Let me say as is zero. Let's say as zero and coming as is zero. So I'm coming,
Okay.
and we want to check on how we can what, drop. We want to drop what, column that what is not necessary. So I believe uh, I have explained to you why we are dropping the column. Okay, so
Yes.
we are using what, drop. We are using drop. Drop is like drop is like, remember we talk about delete and delete in our Python programming language. So drop,
Ye-
when we talk about drop, it's also like deleting, deleting. So we are going to delete from what, as is. So if you use as is zero, is what representing it as role. But if you use as is one, it will represent it as column. So we are going to drop as is one now. So let's see our new data set, df. Now this is our new data set. Now Did you see parental level of education have been removed? Parental
Yes.
level of education have been removed. So we want to drop another one. So which other one are we going to drop? So we are going to drop which other column
Launch.
that is not
Launch.
necessary?
Launch. You are dropping launch.
Launch. Good. Yeah,
Mm.
good. We want to drop launch. Launch. So dropping launch. Good. So let's see our new data set. Data set. Good. So we have dropped launch. Now look at how our data set is being cleaned off. Look at it and
Mm.
okay, and let's move on. And okay, and what? Okay, what are we going to do next? To you, what are we going to do?
Uh, we have talked about drop. We have drop. We have delete the parental levels of education, and we also delete the launch level using 0 and 1. Now the 0 deletes the rows, while the 1 deletes the columns. So
So what? No, what are we going to do now? Like, what do you think? Since we have cleaned the data, so what are we going to do to this data set?
since we have deleted those parts, I think we had.
Okay, good. We have to perform what? Some statistics, some
Yes,
calculations on them.
yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now, before we move forward, before we move forward, there's a way we can sort. Remember, we can sort. I want to teach you how we can sort
Hello.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Hello.
Now
Mm.
we want to what? Sort from ascend. Yes, we want to sort from ascending to descending order. Now it has already been
Okay.
sorted, and we use the df, and Look at it. It has loaded it for us.
Okay, df dot df equals to okay.
So gender, as I'm saying that the gender is not sort. It's not sorted. Okay, so I'm coming. Let me
Okay.
let me remove it from and send it to descending order and
Okay.
perform the sort again. Okay, let's move on.
Okay.
Let's move on. Now, data wrangling is also known as cleaning, restructuring of data. See the same way with data wrangling and all. So now this is how we can what perform our simple calculation. Now let's perform what our simple calculation. Now we are going to what perform some simple calculation, which we are going to do like this. We are going to say df dot. Now this df, I will assign it to a new variable called df, and I will perform a. I will create what a new column. Now I'm going to create a new column as sum sum. Okay. Now this sum should be in string format. Now equal to, let's say, now equal to what equal to, now this sum I'm going to perform what some calculation like it by adding each column, by adding what each column. So I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to what add the math score. Okay, the math score. Oh, okay, math score. I'm coming. Oh, please.
Okay.
Math score. Math. I'm trying to figure out how I can perform this. Okay, math score. Okay, reading score, and writing score. Writing score. So since we have done it like this, we can what add? We can sum them sum. When we sum, we can use ax one. We can just sum it like this. We can just sum it. So let's see sum. Let's say df. I'm loading the data set now. Okay. Our df is not loading now.
Hmm.
Df should load though. I guess it's network.
Yeah, it's network.
It's network.
Hmm.
Okay. Let's do it this way. We can do it this way. Okay. Let's say ask 6. as is equal to 1. It did not work like this, and we can. There's other way, so I'm just trying to
Okay.
get something that can work. But now we are going to do it like this now. We are going to do it like this. Let's copy this, copy, and we are going to what? Delete all this. We are going to